Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo very well. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell and leave that awesome like on the video. We're here thanks to the sponsorship of Pix 2 Million. It's a benefits club where you buy points and you can exchange them for experiences and products. It's amazing. It's a spectacular benefits club. Huge discounts remain with Black Friday and Cyber Monday ongoing. Everything is still on mega sale to take advantage of. So make sure to get it right now because you can exchange it for experiences, backstage shows, and more. I also invite you to join in, right? When you buy these points, you also take part in prize draws. So, man, there's a chance, right? It's hard, but there's a chance to win. 100,000 this Wednesday, 1 million on Friday, and up to 20,000 raised in instant prizes with Raspo. If you win, the money goes straight to your account via Pix. I'm also here bringing all our sponsors in the pinned comment, and I want to thank the folks from Ganhe as well, right? Have you won yet? I already have. So tomorrow there's a Mengo game, man, championship final against Sierra, right? Is it a title match for Mengo? And man, my tip, play responsibly. It's for adults, for fun, not investment. My tip, man, this tip is spectacular. Flamengo to win the game and over 2.5 goals in the match. Total goals over 2.5. Flamengo, man. Flamengo is going to put on a show, man. I'm sure. I'm confident. It's a packed Maracanã night. The trophy, man, Brazilian Football Confederation sent the trophy to Maracanã. So I'm really excited for this game, and also because I have other reasons to celebrate. I didn't sleep last night. Soon you'll find out. We're here, right? At a very important moment. I don't have any news to share with you yet, but now we're going to talk about Flamengo. Luiz Araújo, man, I just got this from Vani do Corde, the guy who does the player highlights for Flamengo, man. I thought it was amazing. Luiz Araújo, man, look at this. He went to get a haircut, to get a fade after the championship, right? Let's see. Here, Luiz Araújo is getting ready for me, man. That fade, get it ready for me, man. That fade. He's good. He's really good. A little scent, give it a little scent, green scent, give it a little scent. Luiz, look, it's amazing. Look, here, amazing. Look. Champion, 4-time Libertadores winner. That medal has a special meaning for him, right? It's not a light scent, it's green scent. You ridiculous guys. We have some very interesting information here to share with you. It's about Flamengo's signings. Man, before calling directly from Lima, right? Sacred Ground, Rubro-Negro. Our reporters are still in Lima. Sacred Ground, I'll call them with news about Mengao, live from Lima. We always have to be coming in live from Lima. While our team is still there, the team hasn't come back yet. Yeah, man, sacred territory of Mengo, right? Yeah, man. I want to bring this news real quick before I call them here. Flamengo's billion-dollar investment is earning them over $2 billion with potential World Cup, Intercontinental Derby of the Americas, Challenger Cup, and Intercontinental prizes. If Flamengo keeps winning and becomes champion, there's the Brasileirão prize of over 40 million plus other prizes and the Supercopa and Recopa. If all that happens, Flamengo will go way over 2 billion. And then the former Brazilian national team player Ricardo Rocha, the commentator Ricardo Rocha, former defender of the Brazilian national team, he said the following: what about the red-black president? BAP revealed a revenue of 2 billion. He confirmed it before the end of the season and showed ambition for heavy investment in the team for 2026. In Flamengo soccer, quoting Ricardo Rocha, I met President BAP and Marcos Mota at the airport. Before the final, he said, if I win the Libertadores, I'll go over 2 billion. If I don't win, I'll reach 1.9 billion. If I win both the Libertadores and Brazilian Championship, I'll invest 1 billion in the team. In 2026, it's not possible to compete. Why is that? Because Flamengo will have an absurd surplus. Flamengo doesn't need it. Flamengo is not for profit. Flamengo is a non-profit organization. If they receive 2 billion and spend 1, they'll make more than 2 billion. The expectation was just over 1 billion. He'll make 2.3. He can take and keep the 1.3 he needed, but still have 1 left to buy. Player. My friends, let me tell you something. It's all talk about signing a galactic player, 3 or 4 players, 5 galactic players, a starter on any team in Europe. Flamengo goes to Europe and looks for the stars, goes to Europe to get the stars. Are you crazy? Now nobody can stop Mengo. Actually, no one is stopping them already, right? But then, man, that's talk about playing in the Champions League. That's talk about forgetting Carminho Compania, playing in the Champions League. And then you can hire Ramon Abate and Abel, make him the director of Palmeiras, but it won't help. It won't work. Now let's call the guys who are in Lima with Haroldo's caravan. Look at that, huh? It's Haroldo's caravan. I'll let them give you the message too. Now, there's already Intercontinental, you can be sure. Now in the description, in the comment, the WhatsApp contact is pinned there. Contact Haroldo's unique caravan, which has no complaints on Reclaim Acqui. And are you going to the Intercontinental to see Mengo become world champion against Paris Saint-Germain? I'm telling you, let's go.
Hey guys from the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel, this is Gabriel Orfo. I'm still here. Look, in Lima, Peru, you can see a bit of the Barranco neighborhood here, one of the main neighborhoods in the Peruvian capital. I'm here, of course, still because of the Libertadores final celebration. Mengo was the champion. We managed to secure our 3rd title, and I'm heading back to Rio de Janeiro today to go after the 9th. I've already got the 3rd title here in Lima. Now I'm going to get the 9th in Rio de Janeiro. What about Paparazzo Rubro-Negro? Today he's really busy. He's in a huge rush. So I'm here to bring you the main news about Mengo. All right, first 2 things. Sometimes you might hear some noise here, Lima. That's it, Lima. It's crazy. Ooh, I've got the little mic here. See, I've got Andy set up here, but I don't know who to record. Just a bit of the audio, but it gets a lot better with the microphone. Also, I still haven't gotten my voice back from the Libertadores final, but that's a story for another time. Let's get to what matters, bringing you the main news of the day about our Mengo. I'll start this video by talking about Jorginho, the Italian-Brazilian midfielder who had a great performance in the Libertadores celebration final, plays really well. Jorginho is a star, and he won his 2nd title in his career against Palmeiras. That's because back in 2022, he was on Chelsea's team, which ended up winning the Club World Cup at the time against Palmeiras. So Jorginho is really lucky against Palmeiras. He won the Club World Cup wearing Chelsea's jersey against Palmeiras. He won the Libertadores with Mengo against Palmeiras. And he can still win another title against Palmeiras, which is the Brazilian Championship. Mengo is very close to becoming end-time champion. And Jorginho can once again come out victorious against the Alviverde team. All right. And still talking about the Brazilian Championship, the title Libertadores party, Flamengo was going to throw a celebration for winning the Libertadores title last Sunday after the celebrations with the Trio Elétrico. It turned out that this party didn't happen because Flamengo decided to focus, because Flamengo chose to focus on the possibility of winning the Brazilian title to keep the players focused. There's still a very important game on Wednesday. It's not an easy match. So Flamengo's board, the football department, chose to set this party aside and have the players focus on this match against Ceará. So that's it, nation. I changed places here because over there, as you saw, it was really noisy. But anyway, that was the news about the celebration party for the Mengo players title. The party was postponed. It will happen if Flamengo wins the Brazilian Championship. If Flamengo becomes the champion of the Brasileirão, the party will take place. And we found out since last Monday that the party will be at a traditional bar and restaurant in Barra that the BAPE team goes to a lot. They even celebrated the victory in Flamengo's presidential elections there, with the Jockey Club being in the south zone of Rio de Janeiro. And look, just talking about the Intercontinental now, right? Flamengo, when they won the Libertadores, they qualified for 3 more tournaments, which are the Club World Cup in 2029 and the Recopa. Next year, and still this year, Mengo will play in the Intercontinental Cup, which is the old Club World Cup in that format everyone knew from the Club World Cup, right? And Flamengo's early confirmation of the Brazilian title next Wednesday could adjust the Rubro-Negro's planning for this competition. The tendency is that Flamengo will go in strong. That's the main idea for the match against Sierra tomorrow at Maracanã. And if they win the title, they'll go with the alternate squad, right? A very, very, very alternative team for the match against Mirassol in the last round of the Brasileirão over in Mirassol, a city in the interior of São Paulo state. In fact, if Flamengo secures the title against Ceará, the Brazilian Football Confederation might move that Sunday game to Saturday to even make Mengo's logistics easier on their way to the Intercontinental. If the trophy isn't secured in the match against Ceará, the plan is to travel to Qatar only after the last round, which in that case can't be moved up. It will have to be played on Sunday the 7th. Flamengo's first Intercontinental match is on the 10th, the Derby of the Americas against Cruz Azul from Mexico. If they win, Mengo will then play the Challenger Cup against Pyrams from Egypt, and finally they would play the Intercontinental Cup against Paris Saint-Germain from France. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I just stopped by here in the middle of the video. I know you guys are watching the news about Mengo, but I have to talk to you about Haroldo's Caravan. For those of you who want to go watch Mengo at the Intercontinental, I'm going to the Intercontinental. I'm going to Doha in Qatar. Many Mengo fans came here to Lima with Haroldo's Caravan. That was a success, only praise. There were no complaints or anything because Haroldo is number one. There's no doubt about it. It's a tremendous responsibility. He knows the responsibility he has, and he has incredible credibility. From Haroldo's Caravan, if you ask anyone who traveled to Lima with them, there are audios in Flamengo groups where people praise Haroldo's Caravan. So look, the contacts are here in the pinned comment. Call Haroldo's Caravan. Come enjoy the Intercontinental World Cup, right? This isn't the Club World Cup. There will be one, but this is the Intercontinental Club Cup. Flamengo could play against Paris Saint-Germain. If you want to watch a game at Maracanã, there's also Flamengo versus Ceará tomorrow. It's rushed, but call Haroldo. Do you want to go to Mirassol to watch Flamengo versus Mirassol? Call Haroldo. Man, any Flamengo game, whether it's in Rio or outside Rio, call Haroldo. That's an unbelievable amount of credibility. You won't regret it with the best service prices. Always a success. Always supporting the nation. Since 1981, Harold has never let you down. He never leaves you out. And look, now we're talking about the four-time Libertadores champion coach. Coach Felipe Luiz has news about the contract renewal of our Mr. Filipinho. Remember that he only has a valid contract until the end of this year, just like Flamengo's technical football director, Jose Boto. Felipe Luiz's renewal still hasn't been finalized. Why? Besides the salary, they still need to define the termination fee, which will be included in the coach's contract. Jorge Mendes, Felipe Luiz's agent, is asking for an accessible amount so that a major European club can easily sign Felipe if an offer comes in. Look at that. Flamengo, on the other hand, wants to set a high release clause to protect itself in case of interest from abroad. So look at that. Let's see a little bit of what people are saying in the chat. Not in the chat, in the comments. How are Flamengo fans reacting to this? It's Ives Santos. I think 200 million euros is affordable. You can put it. Ronnie Ruffy. If it's like this, it's probably because he'll already have an offer next year. Shusmael. If that's the case, it's better not to renew and hire another coach. It's better than losing a coach in the middle of the season. Who else is talking here? There are a bunch of people talking here. Let's check out the comment from David Gustavo, who's already speaking, that if they don't renew with Felipe Luis, they have to bring in the old guy. They have to bring in Jorge Jesus, even if the salary is high. Some fans are even comparing Felipe Luis's agent's move to Jorge Jesus' departure, right? Or Rafael Merel. We saw this happen in 2020. Jorge Jesus' new contract part 2, there it is. These are some of the comments from Flamengo fans here about this news. So Jorge Mendes, agent of coach Felipe Luiz, is asking for an affordable release clause so the coach can accept an offer from a European club if one comes up. And look, everyone here in Brazil says that Flamengo fans are arrogant, that they're the Malvado and all that. But on the other side, there's arrogance too, huh? A Mexican channel sees a huge advantage for Cruz Azul over Flamengo in the Derby of the Americas in the Intercontinental with these words. That's right, the one who brought this up was the Azteca television channel, which sees a huge advantage for Cruz Azul over Flamengo. The article highlights the much smaller number of games played by Cruz Azul as an advantage. And it mentions that the Mexicans will play their 54th match against Flamengo, while the Rubro-Negros will be playing their 76th match of the year. The article also lists as an advantage the fact that Cruz Azul rested for 18 days after the regular phase of the Mexican Championship. But that doesn't really make much sense, does it? Even if Television Azteca points out this rest advantage, Cruz Azul will play the semifinals of the Apertura tournament on December 3rd and 6th against Tigres. Flamengo, on the other hand, if they win the championship on the 3rd against Sierra, will already be practically focused on the Intercontinental. Flamengo, as we mentioned here, will take an alternative squad for the match against Mirasol with little used players, reserves, even under 20s, right? He could be included for this game. It could be a farewell match, right? Some players will leave Flamengo at year's end, including goalkeeper Mateus Cunha, joining Cruzeiro, and defender Clayton. Anyway, this game could serve as a farewell for these players and the main team of Mengão. Mengão is resting and preparing for the match against Cruz Azul in the Derby of the Americas. And Mengão, once again being the big draw of Brazilian football, brought record ratings to Globo. The final of the Conmebol Libertadores broke audience records on Globo. The final hit 39 rating points in Rio de Janeiro, making it this year's top football audience on broadcast television and the highest match average since the 2023 Libertadores final. In São Paulo, the broadcast scored 28 points, the highest rating for a final match since 2019 in the Flamengo final against River Plate. Meanwhile, Flamengo's title celebration broadcast featuring the trio Elétrico in Rio de Janeiro scored 15 points. In Rio de Janeiro, there was a 25% increase in that time slot compared to the previous 4 Sundays. There's no way around it, it's the cash cow of national soccer. And look, the editorial team at the Globo Esporte portal did a really cool article saying that it's the first Brazilian championship. Flamengo is changing its image in the Libertadores and is becoming the new powerhouse. In the past, Flamengo fans used to hear a lot of Libertadores, someday we'll get there. A lot of memes, a lot of unbelievable defeats that play back in 2012, Leo Moura listening, and then Olympia scored their first goal, which helped us. Then Emelec ended up scoring anyway. Flamengo fans have been through a lot of tough times this century, and it seems like that's changed, like the switch has flipped. Flamengo doesn't have that Libertadores issue anymore. Any day we're there, Flamengo is always in the Libertadores now. They're a candidate to become the new powerhouse. Flamengo has now become the Brazilian club with the most Libertadores titles. That's really cool. So this Portal Globo Esporte article is great. They also show Flamengo's appearances in the Libertadores. Flamengo last missed the Confederación Sudamericana de Fútbol Libertadores in 2016. Since 2017, Flamengo has been eliminated in the group stage. They later reached the Sudamericana final. In 2018, they were eliminated in the round of 16. In 2019, Flamengo were champions. In 2020, round of 16. 2021, runners-up. 2022, champions. 2023, round of 16. 2024, quarterfinals. And in 2025, Mengo, 4-time champions of the Conmebol Libertadores. Really cool article from Portal Globo Esporte talking about the new boogeyman of South America. Now it's us. Now it's us. Here's some news that's meant to scare the rivals and make Flamengo's fans dream. And to make the haters scared. The commentator Ricardo Rocha, a former player, right? He even played for the Brazilian national team. He said he talked to BAPE, the president of Flamengo, about the club's awards. Flamengo has already surpassed the mark of 2 billion in revenue this year, right? But look at what BAPE said there. According to Ricardo Rocha said the following, open quotes: I met President BAPE and Marcos Mota at the airport before the final. He said, Ricardo, if I win the Libertadores, I'll surpass 2 billion. If I don't win, I'll get close to 1.9 billion. But if I win both titles, look at what BAPE said. According to Ricardo Rocha, if I win both titles, I'll invest 1 billion reais in Flamengo's squad. In 2026, imagine Flamengo having 1 billion reais to sign whoever they want. 1 billion reais lets you sign anyone. You want to sign top-level players, bring players from Europe, just like Flamengo already does. Flamengo brought in Samuel Lino, Saul, Gorginho, and so on. Man, Flamengo with 1 billion reais in investments. Just for signings. They have to bring Cristiano Ronaldo. There's no other way. That's the name. They have to bring Cristiano Ronaldo. With 1 billion in signings, they have to bring Cristiano Ronaldo. Fan, I want to hear from you. Let's say this information is confirmed, this statement from President BAP that Flamengo will spend 1 billion reais just on the squad. Who would you like to see signed for Flamengo next season? Comment down below because I want to know. There will be people asking for Cristiano like me. There will be people asking for Messi. There will be people asking for Neymar. There will be people asking for Dybala, Di Maria. I don't know, man. There are many. Flamengo needs a new goalkeeper since Matheus Cunha is leaving. Some will suggest Alisson, others Donnarumma, and so on. Comment down below. Who would you like Flamengo to sign with 1 billion reais of investment? But just to point out, having 1 billion reais doesn't mean you're going to sign players the right way, right? You need money and player signing skills. Want an example? Palmeiras this year spent almost 700 million reais on signings. There were 12 signings throughout the year. And they didn't win the Paulista, didn't win the Copa do Brasil, didn't win the Libertadores either. And the Brazilian Championship, it's still not decided yet. But from the looks of it, if everything keeps going the way it is, they won't win that either. So Palmeiras could end up empty-handed, even after spending a truckload of money. It would have been better to buy a plane. It would have been better if Lila had invested in more planes and loaned them to other clubs, buying planes of all kinds and lending them to everyone. That's better. Because if it's just to do that, to win nothing. I even called Bruno Dupes, reporter from Paparazzo Rubro-Negro, who's here in Lima. We covered the Copa Libertadores final and Mengo's fourth title very well. Bruno, I want to hear from you, who even had a birthday yesterday. Congratulations, we're together. Which player would you bring to Mengo with 1 billion reais to invest?
Look, thinking small, I would bring Darwin Núñez, who's Uruguayan. We already have 4 Uruguayans, right? They already know each other then. I think he would add a lot, competing with Pedro for the position.
He's at Al Hilal, he's in Arabia,
He's in Arabia, no longer at Liverpool. But still, I think he would be very important for us. And thinking out loud a bit, I think Dybala, taking a chance on Dybala. Paulo?
Dybala. Now, I want to ask you a somewhat controversial question. There are fans who would accept it, fans who wouldn't. You, Bruno, would you accept Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. at Mengo?
Look, I think it would be really cool in every way. But I don't think it would bring results on the field. It would be a huge expense, a huge gamble. But I don't think it would bring results on the field. He would be a substitute at Flamengo, obviously, without a doubt. So I wouldn't bring him.
I'd bring him, so I'd accept Neymar at Flamengo. To finish, what did you think of my idea? I dreamed big. What did you think of Ronaldo? 1 billion Saudi Riyal, 7.
I think that's impossible, especially considering his own wishes, you know?
His sister lives here in Brazil?
Okay, we're in Lima, but... Okay, good point. But it would be a bet, wouldn't it? It would be a great signing, though I think it's impossible for him to come. I'd like it too. Hello?
Boto, call the man. You guys are Portuguese, that's it. Thanks, Bruno. We're together once again.
Thank you very much. We're together, guys.
Hey, put your Instagram there so the guys can check it out. At Bruno Dobes, DAOBS, and at Gabriel Orpham, ORPHAO. That's it, folks. I'm finishing another video on the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like on the video, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything, absolutely nothing. Mengao News Daily videos, live streams, and more, all here. You can follow on Channel 1, Channel 2, or on Paparazzo's Moment channel. On social media, Instagram, on X, right? Which used to be Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, everything. So go follow there. And that's it. We're in this together. I'm wrapping up another video here. A hug to all the 4-time champions of Como e Bom Libertadores, including here. Look, I'm even going to show it here, huh? I'm even going to show my souvenirs from the final here. A piece of net, grass, and the confetti from Mengao's title celebration party. We're together, nation. Subscribe, thanks, see ya.